Hello everyone, Brian here, and I've got another video for you of Homefront. This is going to be ground control on Green Zone. I thought I would go over a couple different things in this video, as I know I just did my first impressions video earlier in the week, and I have a little bit of a follow-up to that this time. This weekend I did play through the campaign mode entirely. I finished it up yesterday, which was Saturday. It took me probably about 4 hours in total. I mean, granted, I did die a few times, and I took a couple breaks here and there to have something to eat. But I did play through the entire campaign, and if you do it a little bit more skillfully than I did, you probably can do it in less than 4 hours. So I would say, obviously, that makes the campaign mode incredibly short. And overall, I would say I was very, very disappointed with the campaign overall. I found it incredibly tedious and at times very boring, and the cinematics I had heard were very compelling or shocking, just were not there. I'm sure many of you saw the opening cinematic that some people posted with some real life news feed, Hillary Clinton and whatnot. And they pretty much, I guess, shot their load entirely on that opening cinematic, and the rest of it was just not to be seen. It was incredibly disappointing. So my initial thoughts I had of doing a little bit of a movie type thing for you are out the window, because that video would just totally suck, and I would not even think of posting something like that. The main reasons I did not like the campaign was you pretty much were doing it with the same, I guess, group of computer AI controlled players, and for the most part, other than a couple of vehicle sequences, your entire campaigns consisted of you simply following around one person, and at times you pretty much just had to sit there and listen to, I don't know, a bunch of crap of them talking and waiting for them to kick open a door that you couldn't even go through on your own. And at times during some of the missions, you really couldn't progress any faster than the AI-controlled teammates of yours would. If they were on one side of the map and it says follow, you could not go onto the other side of the map and kill the enemies, because it wouldn't count as you following them, and you pretty much would just be bogged down at that part of the mission until you actually were right up his ass, basically. And there was another mission, which I remember, which was you had to get to a helicopter, which I believe was like the second to last mission in the game. You pretty much were just spending the entire time just running through this farmland, and there were enemy players all around you, and you just had to sneak through. Not that you really were sneaking whatsoever, you were just walking. And it just was very linear, and like I said, unfulfilling, and like I said, at times incredibly boring. So I would not recommend that portion of this game whatsoever. Don't waste your time playing it, and that is not a reason to buy this game. Like I said, that's 4 hours of my life I'm never going to get back. The main reason I actually did decide to jump into it yesterday was I had tried to play some multiplayer first, but I was getting an error saying the servers were not available again. So I figured, alright, what the hell. I really wanted to put some time into Homefront. And like I said, I did want to play some multiplayer to start, but I figured, alright, let me just get the campaign mode out, because I did have some plans for it for you guys. But as bad as it was, like I said, those plans were totally out the window, and I would not subject you guys to any kind of footage or any campaign videos, because it was just that bad. Now, as a follow-up to the multiplayer, the game you're watching right now is actually from the second day, which was this past Wednesday. And I did have some better games in this session, and I did play for a couple hours last night as well. And I do still find the multiplayer to be fun, while it's not as easy, I guess, as Black Ops is. The players are harder to spot as the maps are so much bigger, and it really seems to me that they made the actual animations or the actual players in the game smaller to give you that more grand scale or size feel to the game, if that really makes any sense at all as a comparison to the COD series. And really, with the lack of a team UAV that we're all used to in the COD games, as you'll see, the 2 kill streaks I'm running in this game is the top one is a personal drone, which I can use to mark other players which I don't think I really used in this gameplay at all. I did try it out a few times, but I found that they get shot down very quickly if you keep them low enough to be effective. And also at the bottom one is a personal UAV, which I haven't really found to be overly helpful either. I don't know if it's because it sweeps too slowly or what the case may be, but I haven't really found it to give me much of an advantage the way a standard UAV would in Black Ops or Modern Warfare 2. So I really didn't use them, I don't think, at all in this game. What I did find a lot more fun, though, compared to the last video I posted for you guys, is a couple of the other vehicles. Since that last game, I did get an opportunity to play with some of the other vehicles here, and as you'll see right now, I'm calling in the main battle tank, which I think so far is probably the best vehicle you can call in, at least based on the way I play or my skill level. I did try the scout helicopter a few more times, and I also did unlock the Apache helicopter, which is the more powerful attack heli, and I just did not have much success with it. I really have a lot more fun and a lot more success with the battle tank. As you'll see here while I'm in it, I'm piloting it and also controlling the main gun, which is very powerful. I'm getting a decent amount of kills with it, and this tank really can take a beating as far as the amount of punishment it can take from enemy RPGs. And I mean, granted, at times people can use the EMP grenade to stall you and then have their teammates or themselves get you with the RPG, but it still takes an awful lot to bring down one of these tanks, and normally there's enough road and alleyways and open spaces for you to use it effectively. I mean, you'll see the amount of kills I'm getting with it here, and I don't know what that guy was using, but he finally did destroy me. Regarding some of the other vehicles, like the Humvee to start out, it moves very quickly, and you can either be the driver or the gunner on it. So unless you're playing with an actual teammate that you can communicate with and can navigate it effectively, I haven't had any luck with it. It was mainly the couple times I jumped into it with someone else that was driving it, they were just all over the place, and you try talking to them to slow down, and they're just backing up going forward, and trying to get the gun lined up on another player is very, very difficult, and it seems to take a lot of rounds to kill somebody. The Striker isn't as bad, as you do get to control one of the guns, but it's not as powerful as the amount of punishment it can take as the battle tank, obviously, which makes it less survivable, and you're not likely to be in it for as long. And like I said, the attack helicopters, the first scout plane, I did try to use it at a lower altitude with really no more success than I had the first time I used it. And regarding the Apache, maybe I wasn't using it correctly. I'm going to try it again. But I found even with all the rockets or hellfires that can rain down on the other team, I had difficulty in spotting them from any kind of significant altitude, and I just didn't have any success with it. And most times when I do get into the battle tank, I find that I'm getting 5 or more kills every single time, and I'm surviving in it much, much longer. And like I said, just enjoying using it much more than anything else. And it's not that difficult to get, especially in the objective games. I mean, if you're getting a handful of kills and playing the objective and capping some flags, you are going to get into at least one battle tank over the course of a game. There were a couple I played where I actually got into 2 of them, so I did pretty well. But other than that, like I said, I'm really not enjoying or feeling the other vehicles in the game. Like I said, maybe that'll change with time, but so far that hasn't been the case. And like I said, overall with multiplayer, because this game is going to be winding down here momentarily, I do find it a lot of fun to play. I am enjoying my time in it, and it is a nice change of pace from all the time that we may have spent playing all the Call of Duty games. Because I know for the most part many of us started out playing the original Modern Warfare COD 4, and then once Modern Warfare 2 came out, we immediately migrated over to that. And then once again, immediately once Black Ops came out, we migrated to it. So we really haven't had much of a break, and there really haven't been many other good first-person shooters that have come out along the way to divert our attention away from the COD series. Which, I start to understand more how it gets a little mundane and a little boring for some people. So like I said, the multiplayer here is a nice change of pace. It is a lot of fun. So if you have the means to fit within your gaming budget for this year, I would lean towards a recommendation from me. So with that being said, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. I'll see you soon, and I hope you have a good one.